what's going on? What's going on? Andei now to ETO Trucking. Um, I'm here to talk about some question that have been asked in Google about trucking company to start with, and to make it easier, I'll make this video as short as possible. And I have four questions that was searched by Google users for in a lot of time, um, so I'm gonna talk about the four questions that have been asked in Google most of the time when anyone is trying to go into the trucking business. So the question are this. The first question is, which is the best trucking company to start out with? And the second one, what is the best paying trucking company? And the third, which trucking company pays new drivers most? How much do beginner truck drivers make? These four questions in Google, it has been searched by a lot of users. So let's see what the Google give us most, and I'll compare it with the companies that I heard about. Also, my friends run with. So the first question: what is the best trucking company to start out with? Here's the answer. What Google gave us. Okay, best trucking company for new drivers. It says U.S. Express, one of the best trucking company for new drivers. And second one is a Swift transportation company. And then Warner Enterprise, CR England, Rohel Transport. So these four or five companies that are listed in Google, that they are the base companies to start with as a new driver, as a new entrant. I'm aware about U.S. Express. I have also heard about Swift Transport. I actually, when I started up, I applied in Warner and Rohel. Rohel was a little bit far from me. I think at that time it was based out of Chicago, and they are so restricted in a lot of things. I'm not sure why I didn't went there, but I remember that I applied because they had a good reputation in paying and the quality. At that time, I heard they had brand new trucks. Warner, in the other side, I've applied to them too. So Warner have been good too. On my opinion at that time, when I was trying to compare which company I should go with. U.S. Express, I haven't applied, but my friend went there, and his experience was it was excellent actually. There was there was not a lot of times that you get to this orientation and all that. They rush you to get into the truck, but they will put you with someone else, and you'll drive with as a team. So you'll get that experience, and then after that you can just lease with them, I think. And also you can be a team driver and get paid At that time, I think they used to get paid 46 miles of 46 cents per mile. I'm not exactly sure, so I don't know. But as a team driver, they will cut it in half, and you get to drive a lot of miles, so you get paid good. You might, yeah, you will actually get at least 2 grand on there. Um, CR England, yep, I have applied to them when I started to, so I have applied a lot of places when I started. CR England, they have good equipments, the trailers and the trucks. Even though, even at this time, I've seen them on the road. So, but Rojo, like, I'm not exactly sure. I've seen their trucks. Right now, at this moment, I am not sure if they have a brand new trucks in there. They might, but it's not like a lot of them. When you start up with a company, one of the main point that you need to consider is that they have to have, or um, they must have a brand new equipment, so that when you are on the road, you need to be focusing on the road and how you drive and how you handle all the paperwork and all that. You don't need to worry about your truck go wrong or anything. So you must run with brand new equipment, and then later on, if you wanna buy an older version, you can practice in older trucks that are manual. I mean, some people likes manual and automatic, but since the automatic are more expensive to buy, a lot of people are trying to learn the manual. And also in driving school, they didn't have had that in when I started up, but if you train with automatic, your on your license will say restricted to drive a manual, not a manual, a stick shift. So it's better to train with the older version, and then as a relaxer or as a better way to drive, you can drive automatic. So this was the first question. Base tracking companies for new drivers: US Express, Swift Transportation Company, Warner Enterprises, CR England, Rojo Transport. These companies are known to hire a lot of drivers, a lot of them. In a week, I'm talking about 1,000 or some. So they are big companies, which we call mega companies. So that was the answer that Google gave me. But to go with these companies, we have to dig deeper so that we will understand more about that company. So when we start up, we don't have any issues like how the dispatcher treats you, what is the rate of the payments, what kind of trucks they have, how do they treat their drivers. Yeah, we have to research more, ask more people about what they think if they are working with that companies at this time. So the next question it says, what is the base paying trucking company? And Google gave us the first one, Cisco. I think they are these all are company drivers. It's not lease operator or lease or anything. You're not gonna be owner operator in these companies. There are local and also OTR companies. Cisco company annual salary is 87,204. It says Walmart comes in the second place with paying 86,000 in a year. GP Cansco, I don't know this company at all. 84,000. EP's Transport, 83,921. And there are more rows, but this four is perfect for us. This is as a company driver. This is what you get in annual. In a Walmart, I try to apply. So when I first started, Walmart was known to pay a lot. So at that time, I tried to apply. I was new entrant, and Walmart at that time they were accepting no fresh people. Okay, you have to have at least 2 years of experience without any accident or something like that. So I didn't go with them. So Walmart have been known to be the best trucking company. And for an advice, so it's better to start with a big company, not a small carrier. But the big companies are more known to be reliable. In what case you might ask? For example, if you want to buy a house, if you want to buy an equipment, while you are in that company, and if you have if you build 2 years of experience with this kind of rate, when you apply for a loan or a mortgage or to buy new equipment, it's way better. It will be way easier because these companies are trusted by loaners or by big financial institutes. So it will be easier for you that you can apply for this kind of benefits. And before you leave the company, it's better to apply for a mortgage or something, because if you start up your own company, even though they are related jobs, I mean, which is trucking business, you have to have at least 2 years of income and all that. So it's better to have to apply to this mortgage lenders or these financial institutes to loan you to buy truck or a trailer or anything before you move out from the company that you work with. So as soon as you get that financial secured, you can just move on. That's the better way, I think, because these mega companies are known to be reliable, and will give you a much better view on the eyes of huge companies like mortgage lenders or anything. Okay, the third one. What trucking company pays new driver most? And I only got one list. I'm not sure where this research was. Was it in advertised or anything? But I'm not sure. It says Swift Transportation pays the most. I don't know how they did the math, but Swift Transportation is the highest paying company for rookie drivers. I don't know why you call rookie drivers. Not only can new truck drivers get their schooling through Swift, they can go right into employment with the company when the schooling and training is complete. That's what it says. Swift transportation pays the most for new drivers. I'm not sure, but Swift company is a huge company. That's why we see a lot of newses, a lot of headlines about Swift's company being a bad trucking company. Um, I don't think it's a bad trucking company. It's just they hire a lot of drivers, and you don't know which one is better and which one is um, uh, bad. So they try to filter out what what to teach and what um, what they should be able to learn in there. But it seems like they have a lot of trucks and a lot of drivers. So when one driver makes mistakes, we point out the company itself, which is wrong. So that's what it says. Swift Transportation pays the high amount for new drivers. How much do beginner drivers make? I don't know. Okay, so it says average industry wide drivers wage for all experienced labor. U.S. Department of Labor released that the average is 45,260. 45,260. When you divide that to 12 months, it's almost around 4 grand. 4 grand within a week. It's $1,000. So if it is after tax or anything, yeah, it's. I mean, that's what you should expect when you start up. Um, um, but you don't have to continue in there. You have to save up and move on to get more money. Um, that's what I have for now. There are a lot of questions in Google. This is what I researched. I don't know if you can see it, but in Google you can just type trucking. What was the base trucking company to start with, and the Google would let you know in this category where when people ask a lot of questions, I think they kind of store the questions in which more people's ask will show up in there, and it will answer your questions too, and it will give you a little bit of understanding on where you want to go. So when you start up, when you are when you are thinking to go to be a truck driver, it's better to learn more of this, what people are asking, and reviews and all that before you signed up for a company, because it's hard to move around. It's better to go with one company, stay there for 1 year, 2 years, and then move out. But you have to make sure that you get to the right place. A lot of companies are different in different ways of treating their drivers. Some companies will pay more, but they will give you a hard time on loads or getting you back home or anything. Some companies pays less, but you get to be at home every week. Some companies, they have older trucks, and you have to have a hard time, but they pay good. Some companies, and so and so. So, what are you looking for? Are you trying to sacrifice your time and you want to stay out there for a longer time, and then make sure you get paid well, and then work as hard as you can, and then later on you want to buy your own truck, or you want to be an independent driver, which is a little bit reliable in controlling where you want to go, or how much you want to make and all that. You have to know what exactly you are looking for. The better way is it depends on you. Some people are don't want to be blamed. Independent contractors are, if your tire is blown, you have to pay for the expenses. So some people don't want to worry about that. So what they do is they sign up as a company driver. They make sure they get the mileage, and that's it. They don't want to think about the truck or anything. And the other people would like to learn how to be independent contractors, so they can establish their own company later on, and then they be able to grow. So in those winning in those categories, it's better to start as an independent contractor, because once you start, you learn a lot of stuff. So in that case, it's better way to learn through working as working for a big company. So yeah, that's it for now. It's not too much, or it's not a lot that I brought in. I've been trucking all day, so later on I will come with a lot of educational stuff like this, but I'll do my research more and more. If you have any question, you can just comment it down below, so I can I'll try to give you an answer, or I will research on it. If you have not subscribed, you can subscribe, comment, like, text, anything. So this is a group where we want to talk about how we go trucking, trucking pays, and pays good. It will give you a home, it will give you a lot of benefits. You get to spend much more time with you. You are in truck. You can go online and learn schooling while you're truck driving. A lot of benefits in there. So we'll discuss all about that. And if you have any question, comments, as always, just put them down there. I'll try to check them, and whenever I get time, I'll get back to you. Peace out.